Hi everybody, I'm going to do a quick look over Shadow Era quick match, see who's top rated at the moment, see what decks they're using. Not seen the game before, you can see it in action now, so let's get rolling. Got my face over my email address, moved it across now. Right, let's have a look. So the way to find out who's top rated in the game, oh, you can't see it now, so my face is in the way. Right, there's this button in the corner that looks like a little kind of cup, and it shows top players. So top scorer at the moment is AS1 or AS1, Nubius and BT, Inzector, Hornet, and Borshi. So these are people who are playing a lot and generating a lot of points. Now, see about, here we go. So multiplayer rankings in Shadow Era are based on score. A player's score is increased by the formula, their rating divided by 10, by opponent's rating divided by 10, for each multiplayer victory. Player's rating is an indication of how good of a player they are and is used for matchmaking purposes. Ratings and score are reset every month with fabulous prizes to the top scoring players. Right, so that's score. Rating is the one that's closest approximation to skill, we think. So, and this is mostly used for matchmaking, but if you play enough games, like 100 in a month, then you could qualify, well, you could be a candidate for qualifying for the World Championship. So, you need to do 100 and you need to be one of the top 2 rated people. For Theom and Edgenel. So why don't we have a look at Theom? So in game, when you click on their name on this top players thing, it shows you their profile, that there's win ratio this season. So Theom's got a 79% win ratio, 50 wins, 13 losses and 4 draws. And if we click here on games, we can see recent games. So one finished an hour ago against Praxix. Let's have a look at how that went. So simply click on the match that's finished and you can watch a replay of it. Pretty cool, huh? Some games don't offer this, so this is a good way if you don't know the game at all. Have a look at some games in progress. As you can see, this guy is rocking a Tidal Wave playmat and Tidal Wave sleeves. Playmats and sleeves aren't essential, but they do help you to win, so I would recommend getting some. They only cost a few shadow crystals. I'm only joking, they don't help you to win, but they help you to look good. Maybe the psychological battle, you know. You'll think, wow, this person is like a veteran, they can afford sleeves and stuff. And I guess in terms of like mind games, the fact that all your cards look like a tidal wave, you'll always be wondering, has this person actually got a tidal wave? Like now, Praxix has just put, what, 2 allies down. Is a tidal wave coming to wipe them away? Who knows? No, a glass chalice of knowing. So this Zana deck then, it's got Divine Connection for playing cheap attachments, Glass Chalice for finding cards, and now Confluence of Fate for super draw. So we're going to see a lot of attachments, we're going to see card draw. Just drew a card there thanks to Confluence of Fate. Praxix is using its ability to chuck cards off the top of the deck and then do damage. It's a bit of a lottery, but if you've got enough allies in your deck, then you are going to get at least 3 damage. But if they're all allies, you get at least 3 damage. But anyway, so at the moment, Xana's looking in trouble, right? Remember, Xana won this one, so let's see how Theom changes things around. Tidal Wave now would be pretty tasty, wouldn't it? And that Glass Chalice is looking at the bottom 3 cards. Picked one to keep. It's gone for Book of Curses, which drops everybody's attack by 1. Still, Praxis is looking in reasonable shape. Dropping more down. Not exactly sure why, because there's a tidal wave coming, but maybe he doesn't have an option, you know. So let's see what comes up next. So Xana is really getting whacked. Stev Mac is putting up a good fight. There's a tidal wave. Ooh, look how many cards the Praxix has still got in his hand. A lot. So we should be able to get them back on the board, but Only got 4 resources, so all those cards, only 4 resources. There goes a Harbinger of the Lost, and also Brimstone Devourers drop down. They're weakened thanks to Book of Curses. Has Praxis got an answer for that? That Glass Chalice is really working hard. He's opted to use that rather than heal Xana. A couple of Devoted Knights now. Meat Wagon, alright, so that is a conditional buff based on the top card of his deck. As an observer of the game, we can't see what it is, but they're showing buffs at the moment, so must still be an ally on the top. Holy Shield comes down to save Xana from some damage. For an Axio! Or FU for short. There goes Harbinger of the Lost. Goodbye. Banish. There goes Brimstone Devourer back to the deck. And now Xana actually does some damage. Impressive work there. Praxis has not got rid of an ally yet. Oh, one ally went. Oh, would have been hoping for more than that. Stardust Extractor comes down. And Holy Shield's gone. So, what have we got now? Focus Prayer blows up the Meat Wagon. Pretty nice. Extractor takes a minor whack. Rada Jewels buffs up the Devoted Knight. More buff. And kills it off. So why put all those attachments on? Because he's going to draw 2 for each attachment. Well, 1 for each attachment that was played. So he played 2, draws 2. Ooh, Mind Control, ouch. So close. Really interested to see how Xana comes back from this. You know, 5 damage now. Not that hard if you had a bit of haste or something. General of Anaxio comes down and finds an attachment. Xana is now finally healing herself. Spirit of Devotion is going to get more draw later. 4 Anaxio comes down, which means 2 cards will be drawn at the end of the turn. So Confluence of Fate is really putting in work here. He's going to draw a lot of cards ultimately, providing he can get those attachments out. They're cheaper thanks to Divine Connection. The opponent seemed to have rage quit. Interesting. Okay, so I guess that was how that ended. Bit of a surprise. Right, so if we go back to the top players again, let's look at Edgenel. So we click on him and we see that his win rate, 72%, with 96 wins, 36 losses. Now, sometimes you lose a game and think, oh, my deck's rubbish, I'll change it. This guy's lost 36 times, but he's also won 96 times. So, you know, until you lose at least 36 times, don't give up, because you might suddenly get 96 wins in a row. So, you can even message this guy and say, hey, I like your deck. You know, start on my YouTube video. Anyway, let's check out this guy's games. So, he beat a Moonstalker, he beat a Zaladar, he beat a Mage, Majaya, he beat an Ithan. Well, let's look at the highest rated person that he beat. Probably Vorshi. There you go. Let's look at this one then, Vorshi. Top of the table clash. This would have been. Nice sleeves there. Cypher Voldemort sleeves. Taking on Shadow Spawn sleeves with a Zaladar playing that. Edgenel doesn't play anything in the first 2 turns. Harbinger of the Lost comes down. So we've seen another elemental deck here. Didn't really twig before, it was just in Praxis. Now we're seeing Zaladar, who's a much more obvious hero ability. Just choose 2 targets to take 3 damage. Best Swift Hands now can churn out a lot of attachments. Blood Frenzy, a Confluence of Fate, Mark of the Feared. Boom, that's dead. Still 4 left to spend. Does he spend another 4? Yes, Oldmore Chieftain. Very nice work there. Great tempo play. He's going to draw 2 cards at the end of the turn, thanks to Confluence of Fate. So both these players are making use of Confluence of Fate. This guy and the previous guy, Theom. And they're currently tied, top of rating, with 363. Alright, so False Blood Cultist has junked an ally to draw 2, but the ally was a Reactory, which comes onto board when it's discarded. Oldmore Chieftain says, "You're not staying long, mate. See ya." And Ravager Zealot comes down. Can't do anything special. No haste there. Could have blown up Blood Frenzy or Confluence of Fate. Chose not to. Gone for a wide board spread here. Means Zalar could do an energy discharge, but he needs an ally out for that. It doesn't look like an ally is going to live. Clock's ticking on Vess with the Blood Frenzy, but what a wonderful board state. Now the Oldmore allies have +1 health, so that's going to be useful. The Oldmore Darklight Apprentice is down now as well, which means all Shadow Energy use is going to get like a 1 Shadow Energy kickback from that. At least he can activate himself to get a kickback. At one point he just had a passive that always generated Shadow Energy when you used it. That was a bit good. So that's a lovely board state now for Vess, Oldmore Vess. Death Mage goes after the Ravager. It's quite interesting to see the Ravager in there with the Oldmore. Presumably it's a haste option, but also, you know, you can take off that Blood Frenzy if it's starting to hurt too much. Or you can even take off your Confluence of Fate if you find another one, you know, because then you can replay one. Get a card back for it anyway, so it's almost like, you know, filtering your deck in a way. You play it, you get another one, so you've got through 2 cards. You sack it, you haven't got that extra card to replace it. You've got 7 resources here. Wax into Zaladar. Brilliant work by Edgenel. He's really hammering poor Zaladar at this point. Rejuvenation Pod as well. Cycles another Oldmore back in. These pesky Oldmore from the wilds really showing their skills there. So, right, we'll just have a look at one more person and then I'll wrap up this video. So, again, we click on the little trophy thing, we go to rating, we look at PokerKing, who's running a Garth. He's only played 33 games, 130, lost 3. Let's have a look anyway. See how he's doing. He's just faced another. Is that lands? Or is that? This is alternate lands. I can't even tell now. I think that might be alternate lands. But why don't we check him out against somebody high rating like. I guess I'll have to do this one. Zubo. Or. Alright. Garth versus Big Wakami, the Moonstalker player. Okay, so this, well, I wonder what this could be actually. Find out in a minute. So PokerKing, poor guy, does not even appear to have any sleeves, or at least he's not chosen to use them. Sometimes you forget to put the sleeves on the deck. Maybe I'll send him some Shadow Crystals and say, hey, have some sleeves, because you're a star on my stream. So hit list has come down, which is going to eventually draw 2 cards unless it gets blown up. He's just got to kill an ally for that to work. Sabrine comes down on her own. Garth activates the 1 damage and double damage option, and now Sabrine kills off that arachnid, which will only get stronger and stronger and scarier and scarier. If this is a Moonstalker Homunk deck, it could be interesting. It could be a Moonstalker and Mice damage deck. We'll see. Will we see a location? What Big Teeth comes down and is just going to periodically whack somebody Garth will probably blow it up though with Stop Thief. Oh, look at that. Spoke too soon. Oh, actually, I spoke exactly the right time. You don't want to drop a what big teeth when a Stop Thief can come down. Okay, he's lost tempo, but he's gained a resource. Next turn, he's got 6 resources. Oh, nice. I avoid Leviathan. And there we go. It is the... I love how the playmat is exactly the same as the location. So he's basically saying, hey, this is my location theme deck. I'm going to use a playmat that goes with it. No secrets here. There we go. So the location's down, and that helps out homunculi. They can also lose health as well. Hit list comes down to draw some more later. The poison has killed off the IO Void Leviathan. Armoured Pack Beast, popular new card. Sword Gobbler comes down. It's nice to see all these new cards. The location getting used. Obviously we know that Garth wins in the end, but if this guy's been using Moonstalker a lot and he's still got to a reasonably high rating, he must have a reasonable win rate. Well, we might have a quick look afterwards, Big Wakami, see how he's doing with this homunculus Moonstalker deck. So, Armoured Pack Beast can become a real pain if it sticks. But Oliver Fagan says, sorry mate, I think you want to come and work for me, don't you? And there he is, he's come to work for him. I love those sleeves. Those sleeves are amazing. Those arachnid sleeves. Oliver Fagan. Brilliant artwork, I love it. So the big guy's down, and the more cards you've got in hand, the more he's going to hurt you. So, if you're wondering what music this is all the Shadow Era music I've got on an iTunes playlist. This is the last track on it. I think there's only 7 different tracks. Overwhelm. Does no damage, but he does draw a card. He's looking for something. He's really desperate to look for something here. What have we got? Uses the ability. Draw a card. Turn the location round. Now at some point, locations, there will be more to controlling one. You get bonuses from controlling them. There'll be other things added on as well. For now, they're introduced just on face value, they do a thing, there isn't really much that ties into it. But once the whole of Lost Lands is out, there will be. And there we go. He's given up. Let's just go and look at Big Wakami and see how well he's done with that deck overall while this music finishes. I love this music. Let's have a look. See if we can find him. There he is. 19th. Look at his games. Yep, he has been using that Moonstalker deck the whole time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.